Okay, it is time to test Kagetsu. We got him to endgame, we got his build completely made. He has some forges. We could have forged this to +5, but he usually kills with it anyways. He has a great axe, he has 3 forges, 2 engravings, axe power 5. Let's stress test him on Ike. Alright, so he can actually get attacked by all this stuff. So first of all, let's see if he can tank this. In previous things, I had Timerra tank all of these using, I think, Roy here. So if he can tank all these, he's golden. Now, he's going to get broken on swords, or I'm sorry, broken on axes immediately, so we probably want to have him on Ragnar. And he might get broken by that lance too, so he might need to Great Aether here, which is fine. But we're just going to test his durability. Here's what level he is. He just got 2nd sealed. So we're just simply here to record the results. I have Mavier here to pull off freeze if I need to. He can also physic him to heal him back to full. In the test I did originally, Timerra was able to tank with no help at all with just elixirs. So first we'll do the elixir test. We'll test this side and then the other side as well, and compare the results to what our Timerra build and Timerra builds did. Now, Warrior is a really good class and has high might, but you can see here he's not going to be killing these sword masters unless he rolls a random crit. His hit rates are quite bad on these engaged weapons. 74 hits. He did miss an attack. Alright, he should be getting attacked by most of these enemies in this position here. But he does not. He did get broken off of the bounce. We'll try Great Aether, that'll probably be a better result. He is taking big damage though. A lot of it's from chain attacks because he wasn't able to kill. Alright, he actually just died from the first enemy, or the first group of 4. This is a this is a pretty bad situation. Now I'll move him around. We'll move him around. This is why we test things. We'll change the positions. We'll test different things. We'll try a Great Aether. We'll try Great Aether. Great Aether with this. I could do a Great Aether with this, but the damage will be lower. 80 damage. This will kill most things. He has to survive though. If we want to get the value out of this, he has to survive. So that's the important thing here. Mid-Getsu. I have a chat. This is a member stream right now too. Alright, let's see. So he died to 4 enemies on Ike, which is suspect, but he will get broken. It doesn't matter. He gets defense res +5 for Great Aether. So if he can survive this combat and kill these, we'll see the result. He will heal too, which is nice. So he can't, that is one advantage over him on Timerra on Ike. He can Great Aether. Like she can too, but he does more damage with it. And he has axe access. He has access. Alright, here we go. I think he survives this, just barely. Alright, we get a big Great Aether. This is definitely a better result. He'll kill a few of them. And we have to move the rest of the team away, because in the original tests, it was just Timerra elixiring herself. And then, you know, no other units were nearby helping or anything. Or pulling aggro off. He should kill... Yeah, he'll kill the sword masters. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay. If I strength tonicked him or upgraded the silver great axe, or even just like Ike engraved it or something, that's actually a good idea, Ike engraving this, because like no one really uses Ike engraving, so that's a good way to get this thing's damage up. So if you just Ike engraved this, you would have got these kills here. So in fairness to him, he would have killed these sword masters, which are really the things that are hurting him right now, just because they're chain attacks. So that's the main thing killing him.
I've got this.
All right, you run the hell away. I should have moved these first. They're gonna get attacked now. It's unfortunate. It's kind of ruining the test. And then if I want to pull freeze off of him because he's frozen, I would have to do this. Let's see. Yeah, we'll pull one attacker off, I guess. We'll just have to deal with that. Okay, and then he can't move. He's frozen because of this guy. That's why I wanted Mavier here to pull freeze off, but he healed to full. So what we'll do is we'll kill with Ragnar so that we don't get broken by the Swordmaster. We could switch to Tomahawk. We'll get broken once but our damage output will be higher. There's also a bunch of lances. I think we kill with this. Either way, we get broken. There's great weapons that can break us. The whole weapon triangle is here. We'll go for this. I think this is the best thing to do here. Because he has better 1 to 2 range damage, and he has crit rate on this, whereas with Ragnell, he doesn't. One of the mages peels off, so we could just add 10 damage. So it's a worse test than the other tests. He takes 10 from the meteor. I like how they hit their own. This thing keeps freezing you. Alright, so just without Great Aether, he can't tank as well as Timerra on Roy. And he has a worse result. She actually killed like 3 out of the 4 things. And I had people call that build inconsistent. So, and I'm not doing this to prove a point either. I'm just testing Kagetsu on Warrior because this is like his best possible offensive class for this build. And these are the results. These are just the results we're getting. I fully invested in him as a unit. Alright, here we go. This is what we want. We want him to go for these crits to keep himself alive, to remove chain attacks. This is the idea behind this weapon. It's basically like Sandstorm. So right now he's killing with similar or less consistency to Sandstorm. Alright, here we go. So he has to roll these low percent, like 41. I consider those low. If it's above 50, it's medium. Like 50 to 60 is medium. 70 plus is high percent. Below 50, like 40 or lower, I would say is like low percent. So these are the results, right? Like here's what he's killed. The enemy did not peel off. Now in the original test, Timerra just heals herself with an elixir here, and I think she actually even tanks the worm, which is kind of insane to think about because that thing has like guaranteed damage, and she did not have half damage. She was on Roy, so she was actually able to kill more things and tank more things. I want to say he dies in this turn. He gets this. He should just get broken once, so they get a free hit on him. A free hit on him. The worm is gonna last hit him. Oh, of course, the Timerra mentioned. Yeah. Here we go. We'll start thinning their numbers now. We could have been friends. Also note that Marth is one of the most contested emblems in the game. And I think in the Timerra Roy video, she was just using Binding Blade, which is free. Alright, he's dead. Alright, he objectively had a worse result than her, with the exact same amount of investment levels and resources. So this is why she's an S tier as a tank, by the way. Alright, now let's test the other side, to be fair. So even with Great Aether, he killed fewer things, but he could have killed more if he had damage fix. And if he had damage fix, he still would have got killed by this. This thing is... She was able to tank it longer than him, but this thing is gonna mess you up. It's ridiculous. 43 damage, even taking half, that just melts tanks. Alright, so we'll do a retry. We'll switch positions. So far, he has worse results than her as one of the best physical damage units in the game, but he's not known for his tanking. Now, could you switch his class? I know what you're thinking. Put him on Halberdier, he's tankier, but then he loses a lot of damage. If he's not killing on the highest damage class in the game, how the hell is he gonna kill? Honestly, I think he did worse than Diamant. I think he did too. I think you're right, because Diamant had that heal, and he has a little bit more bulk, so he's kind of like similar. Alright, we'll put him on this side and see how he does on this side. And we'll do no Great Aether, then we'll do Great Aether, and we'll just test it. This is why we test things. Because it seems intuitive that Kagetsu would kill it in this role. But if you switch him onto Halberdier, he'll have like better tanking. He'll be slightly higher health, defense, and res than Timerra, but he doesn't have Sandstorms. And when she has Sandstorms, she just gets crit 30 to 40 for free. So on Roy with Binding Blade, she 1 to 2 ranges, and she can convert that into kills. Whereas he can't. And you get defense res plus 5 with Binding Blade. And that's a 4k SP build versus a 7k SP build. So that's just better. Alright, engage. Weapon triangle, just axes. We don't want to get hit by 2 worms, so let's get hit by... That worm can't hit me? Really? Did she tank 2 worms? Did she tank here or here? We'll try here first. This seems kind of crazy. We'll try here first. Let's just see. We'll move these. We'll move the babies out.
I can fight.
I can fight. We don't have to worry about freeze as much.
Understood.
All right, so his right side flank, his right side tanking is objectively worse than Diamant on Ike, Timerra on Ike, Timerra on Roy, Timerra on Erica. I guess that worm can't hit. All right, let's see. This will be low damage, 7. Wait, is he engaged? Oh, he's not engaged. My bad, my bad, my bad. That's a bad test. He's not engaged. He probably will die. Oh no, okay, he survives. That's a bad test. All right, he was not engaged. Was she hit by both worms? I don't think so. Where did she get to? Because they're both 5 move. There's no way she got hit by both worms. I'll try it. I can't, hold on. Maybe this one can't hit him. I don't know. This seems weird. I want to say she tanked like here or something. I'd have to watch the video, but I don't think she got hit by both worms. I feel like that would kill anyone. Except for a unit engaged on Ike. Or an avoid tank. Alright, you get frozen. Let's just see what happens. He should die. It's 2 worms. 19 damage. Alright, so then if they... Well, maybe it was... I don't know. Maybe she did tank both. I want to say she was in a little bit further. It's only hit by 1 worm. Okay, then that one has a dead turn. This one attacks for 1. He crits for 3. That's funny. The big crit 3. He gets a poison stack on him. These can't get in. Okay. And a second worm hits for 19. I might have had to delay a turn to tank on this side. I don't remember what the tanking on this side looked like. I don't think it involved a warp, though. Alright, so... There's not really enemy phase options here. You're really only tanking 2 worms plus this.
I am fine.
He was frozen. Alright, let's retry. I can pulse. Let's pulse. I guess we'll have to let them in, unless I warp him to a position. But his tanking on this side was objectively worse than Diamant Ike on Successor. And Diamant, yeah, I think he has more bulk, similar speed, and his strength is maybe slightly less, but he has that Successor proc. And if you double and hit a bunch of things, like he doubled in 1 round of these, you can easily proc even at like 1/5 proc rate.
Shall I go?
All right, I want to say it was like something like this. Like let them in. But I remember tanking like all of this stuff, so this is kind of weird. Maybe I'll let them in for a turn and then he'll tank them. This side is harder to test because of the choke points, because you naturally ball them up, but she tanked like 4 to 5 things on the other side, including 1 worm with Roy, and did fine. So we'll see that really quick. Yeah, he's about to get attacked by a bunch of things, so next turn. Right now he just gets frozen. Yeah, alright, maybe this was it. And then I think the worm moves up. I might have to engage on Sigurd to get the freeze off of him. If I can even make it. No, I can't. That's a problem. Now he's only he easily tanks 2. Alright, we have to retry. Or hold on, Pulse move Mavier to the other side. Kagetsu goes there. Mavier is gonna have to pull the freeze off. I don't remember how I got Timerra fighting like 5 of those things. I think I warped her to like here or something. And she tanked like 5 combats, because then these attack you. Yeah, then you get tomahawked. I think that's what it was. Maybe I need a warp. Let's do that. Let's give him a warp. I think I warped into that tile just to get like 5 combats in. We'll just warp him in there. Because otherwise, he's just going to get hit by like 3 things, and it's not really a good test because we don't get to see like the... We're not stress testing it enough. Like 3 combats on Ike, most things can tank that. So let's get a unit with warp. Someone has it, I'm sure. Even forward rescue is fine. Here we go. Boucheron, the Sage Boucheron. Standard Sage Boucheron. Standard. So it's what you run in this game. Okay.
I'm all set.
I'm all set. All right, that's good to know, my dude. All right, get him in there. Maybe here. Here, I don't want to have him get hit by 2 worms. Because he'll definitely die. I guess we can try this. To like simulate getting a worm attack in. And we'll do, we'll go for the worm kill. I didn't do that though, I just let her tank. I didn't attack stuff. I could go for the worm kill. Now, if I go killer axe, I'm gonna get 2 ranged. Also, I'm getting broken, so this is kind of suspect. Yeah, like I guess we'll try to get a low % crit here. We'll initiate with the worm. All right, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, we'll try that. Let's pulse back. I don't want him to get hit. We'll just have him enemy phase. We'll do a Ragnell. We'll do a Ragnell. We'll do a Great Aether. Let's see how he does. It's a lot of pressure, so I'm gonna say he dies here, even with Great Aether. I think he dies in both scenarios. Especially if they get chain attacks. He might not, though. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe with Great Aether he survives. All right, then he gets this. He does kill now. Well, he always kills the bold. He doesn't double the L Surge. All right, L Surge is going for him. Maybe he does tank it. 41 crit's decent. Okay, he doesn't crit. It's good enough where that can convert on a double, but on a single is not as good. And then Tomahawk. Okay. So because of the position, he can only really get attacked by a few of them. And even with like the crits, so people are always like, oh, Sandstorm inconsistent, but even Kagetsu on Warrior with Ragnell, which is high might, critting and doubling and armor, he still doesn't kill, so. All right, he survived. He didn't get attacked by many things, but he did survive here. Which honestly, oh, how many combats was that? 1, 2, was it really only 3 combats? Yeah, I would, or no, it's 4. Yeah, the worm. Yeah, 4 combats. I would say most units could have survived that. So that's not really the best showing. Let's try to warp him in a more dangerous position. Or I can move him into a more dangerous position. He needs to have more combats. 4 combats on Ike with half damage. Like most things are tanking that, to be honest. So that's not really a stress test. Now something like this is a stress test. All right, let's Great Aether here. He's probably gonna need the damage reduction. We'll count the Sword Masters as killed and then just do this for 1 turn and just see where he ends up. Because if we just Ike engraved this, it would kill them. So we'll count those as kills. Now, is this an S tier tank build? Honestly, at endgame, I don't think so. I think it may be low S. Because he's getting like questionable hit rates even with engravings. Here we go. All right. He's getting questionable hit rates with engravings. I feel like Diamant can do it better. Honestly, because Diamant has more bulk and similar strength and speed and successor. So I feel like the Diamant Ike tank might be low S and this is like A. Because this result, like he's about to die right now. He's getting really close to dying. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. And this is with defense res +5 on Great Aether. Yeah, he gets smashed. I think he does get killed here. Depends on the might of these last ones. Oh, he barely tanks because the Tomahawk can't last hit. Oh my god, dude, that's so close. Oh wait, no, maybe he does die. He dies. All right, he dies. So he can't tank. He can't out tank Timerra on Roy. He dies on Great Aether. Now, if he could have Great Aethered, we'll go over what he could kill. If he would have Great Aethered, this would die, this would die, these would all take high damage. This is out of range. So he would have killed 2. Honestly, I think it's A tier. I think Kagetsu Ike on Warrior is A tier. It has hit issues, it has tanking issues. It just doesn't have the durability that other units can provide. And he's better off as a killer, not a tank, to be honest. See, this is why we test an endgame. This is why I test an endgame, dude. This is the type of shit you encounter. Timerra Roy was tanking this. Because she was killing these. And in most cases, she was killing these. I think she doubled this and 1-rounded that. But she was able to tank this shit on Erica and Roy with less SP. So All right, he's A tier. I think this is a good enough test. We tested different scenarios. We tested both sides. We did with and without Great Aether. We tried Ragnell on both sides. On this side, only 3 things hit him in this choke, so that's like a bad test. But against actual stress, like, you know, real threats that can actually kill him, it's not even close. There's better tanks. So now, could he be better on Halb? Maybe, but his damage output would be worse and he wouldn't be consistently killing on enemy phase. He would not be consistently dealing good damage on Great Knights. And Timerra doesn't either, and neither does Diamant. So these are things that most of those builds don't really one round consistently, but if Timerra like double Sandstorms or crit Sandstorm, she can kill these. So that is one thing that's nice, because even when he crits, he doesn't kill these on Tomahawk. And the Killer Axe has less damage. So if that crits, it's going to be for less might. So I think even if he double crits in some cases, it doesn't kill based on the defense, and also if they're passive triggers. But yeah, honestly, I think he's an A tier Ike user because it's a tank. Like, you want it to tank. Like, under heavy stress, it's just not there. And also, I noticed in earlier chapters, he could not tank as much as my normal Ike tanks, and I had to use him as like a kind of off tank. Typically, he just, like, his low res does matter. I know someone was arguing that it didn't and had some like math to provide that, but the high health chain attacks eat through it. It doesn't matter. So like, if there's chain attacks in like a tanking sequence, his health actually matters less than it seems. Like, that's one of those things where, like, in theory, him having higher health than a unit who has higher res could be similar if the health difference is enough. But because chain attack doesn't care about defenses and it hits for max health, it'll just shave off more health from him if he's at like 70 or 60 health versus someone who's at like 40 to 50. So he just loses more max health. He's also slower. Axes are slower, they're heavier. So even though his speed is similar, Diamant actually has, I think, higher build than him. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he does. But Diamant also can heal himself randomly. So if Diamant hits 5 times, he can randomly heal himself and keep himself afloat a little bit longer. So honestly, I think this Kagetsu build is A tier. And it's, you know, 7k SP. So for 7k SP, I should be getting like a high octane build. But yeah, that's it for this one. If you agree or disagree with these results, let me know. But I don't know what else you can do to improve this, to be honest. I didn't run buffs. I didn't run tonics on Timerra when I did this test, or the exact same test. People called her results inconsistent. Well, his results are worse, so make of that what you will. All right, peace.